All right, so hi everyone, my name's Chris from The Service Expert. Thanks for having me today. Hope you're enjoying the day so far. I've been listening along and there's loads of really fantastic information coming out in the presentation. So just to tell you a little bit about The Service Expert and myself, first of all, so I'm the co-founder of The Service Expert along with Alexandra Meller. And we're actually quite new, so we started The Service Expert just a few months ago, but between us we've actually got nearly 40 years in the service industry, between us that is, and that's in different sectors. So we have experience between us in hair and beauty, retail, travel and hospitality, and also aviation as well. So what we do at The Service Expert is we work with small businesses to really enhance and level up their customer experience, and also work with their leaders within the business. Caroline, if we can just go back one slide, so there should be one with there I am. Yes, we'll keep that one for now. So yes, that's what we do at The Service Expert. You'll be able to find us on Instagram at The Service Expert, on Facebook, The Service Expert, and we're also at theserviceexpert.co.uk. So just to give you a little bit of background about myself, so I have been working in the customer service industry since 2002. I started working for Tony & Guy, and if you don't know Tony & Guy, they are one of the biggest hairdressing companies in the world. And I'm actually 19 years on, I'm actually working for Tony & Guy again now, but there's been a huge gap in the middle where I've been off and done lots of different things within the service industry. So after leaving Tony & Guy initially back in around 2009 and 10, I then moved on to work for Thomas Cook Airlines, that's sadly no longer around anymore. And then I went to work for EasyJet, where I was a cabin manager and also a recruitment assessor. More recently, I spent 5 years working for the national carrier of Australia as a customer service manager, and I was responsible for the in-flight service on the A380, which is the biggest passenger airliner in the world, and also the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. That was in the news a lot because we were actually the first commercial flight between the UK and Australia. I'm a small business owner myself, so I own a company called Workout Away Fitness Holidays, and what we do is we provide fitness holidays, breaks and events in the UK and overseas for our customers. We can scoot across to the next slide, please now, Caroline. So here we are. These are your top 10 top performers in 2020 from a customer service perspective. And these companies were ranked by the Institute of Customer Service, who released a really interesting but quite lengthy study just recently. So I've just extracted this info for you. So number one, First Direct, they are a bank, and I haven't actually used any of their services personally myself, but I'm pretty confident that you guys watching today will be a user or a customer of at least one, if not more, of the brands that you can see on the screen now. So John Lewis and Waitrose are actually the same company, if you didn't know, and I have over the years worked for both John Lewis and Waitrose, and if you walk into a John Lewis store, it's really obvious that the customer service provided by their team members is just fantastic in comparison to some of their competitors. M&S, everybody knows M&S, still a huge brand on our high street. Amazon as well, so that Amazon were spoken about a little bit earlier. Amazon are just about to open their first store actually in London this week. It's all been kept a little bit of a secret, I think, but the cat was out the bag over the last couple of days, and there's a little bit on the news about that store opening in Ealing, which is where I live, so I'm super excited about that. And basically Amazon are opening a store whereby you'll be tracked as you go in through your app, and then you remove an item from the shelf and you'll be automatically billed to your account. There's no checkouts, but there'll still be some customer service staff on the floor to help you with inquiries and things like that. So it really demonstrates Amazon's commitment to customer service in the way that they are constantly creating these new ways for us to shop as customers. Number 6, pets at home. I feel like I'm the only person in lockdown that didn't get a dog. I would love a dog, but unfortunately at the moment I can't have one because I got a pretty busy life. I don't get Tesco Mobile, Netflix, everybody's got a Netflix account, right? And then we've got Aldi and Costa Coffee on there as well. So this slide, the reason that I've picked this slide is because if you guys are really keen on a career within customer service, these brands may be the brands to have a look at. A lot of these companies advertise their jobs through their on the career section of their websites. And what you can do with a lot of these brands is actually go on there and set up job alerts. So when positions come available that fit your profile, you'll get an email and be notified about them. A really great way of keeping your finger on the pulse when it comes to job searching. Thank you, Caroline. So, great customer service as defined by us at The Service Expert. Number one, when a business goes out of their way to make things better for their customers. And I think that's really the number one thing that any business should address in the very early stages, because ultimately as a service provider to people, we are here to solve problems for those people and to provide a service. Number two, the customer experience far surpasses the customer's expectation and feels personal. That is all about delivering a level of service that is better than your competitors, basically. And I think, and feels personal. So that's a really interesting point. We've all been locked away for nearly a year now, and we're all dying for those personal experiences. And I think definitely at the end of our lockdown, at the end of COVID, people are really looking for a personal touch when it comes to shopping for their products and services. And number three, when a customer speaks positively about their experience with others. So that's really about becoming an advocate. A lot of big companies use NPS, which stands for Net Promoter Score, to measure the customer satisfaction within their business. And those customers that score a 9 or a 10 are really likely to tell everybody else about their experience. I know that we have influencers on Instagram now, but real influencers are people that genuinely have those conversations about brands that they've had amazing experiences with their friends and family. Thank you, Caroline. So what I wanted to do now is just take a few minutes. I've given you a little bit of background on us, what we do, and on the service industry. But now let's talk about how you can actually start applying for jobs within the industry, how to map out your CV and then take that forward through to interviews. So number one, make your CV stand out. And I've got in brackets there visually. So obviously it goes without saying that the content of your CV needs to be of a really high level and needs to accurately display all of your qualities, skills and experience. But when I get CVs now, I'm starting to see more CVs that are standing out from a visual perspective, and I think that's really important. Now, design is something that's very much down to personal taste. I've been asked by people, should I have a picture on my CV? Should I not have a picture on my CV? And it really is up to you. Personally, I do have one on my CV because I think these things really make your CV stand out when it lands on a recruiter's desk or desktop. Canva is an absolutely amazing tool to design your CVs. It's free and they've got some templates that are literally ready to go, and you can just put your information on there to create yourself a really beautiful CV that will make you stand out against other candidates. Number two, why make it clear why you want to work for that company in particular. So it's no longer enough to just submit the same CV to lots of different companies and just do a CV drop of loads of different companies, if you like. You really need to start looking at tailoring your CV or cover letter to that particular company. So have a look at the company, have a look at the job description, and start to use some of their wording and terminology to demonstrate that you'll be a really good fit for that company. And number three, follow up on your application. So that can be a little bit easier if you're applying for jobs within small or medium-sized businesses. It's always great to just pick up the phone and have a conversation. These days we do everything by email, but I think making a real personal connection is super important as well. So if you can do, follow up on your application. And number four, be prepared but not robotic at interviews and show the real you. So do your research, learn about that brand, learn about the company, learn about their values and all that really important stuff. But when you actually come to interview for that position, yes, it's important to demonstrate all of those things that you've learned, but don't let that overpower your personality and your character, because in the service industry we look for real fantastic people that have got loads of personality and character, because ultimately they are the people that will be able to connect with customers. And number 5, act on feedback and continually develop yourself. So this goes for if you get the job or if you unfortunately don't get the job. We'll all be unfortunately rejected from positions, but we need to carry on and pick ourselves back up and continually develop ourselves. There's loads of free education online. I'm sure that that you'll be able to find lots of links to free education through this virtual careers fair. And it's really important that you just really keep your finger on the pulse and continually develop yourself, and take feedback not personally, but take it as something that you can really move forward to open your opportunities up further. Thank you, Caroline. Next slide. So that's it from me. There's our social links again. So please give us a follow at The Service Expert on Instagram. We release lots of different little tips, tricks and advice daily, and you might just find something useful on there for yourself. We're also on Facebook at The Service Expert. I wish you guys all the best of luck in finding your pathway into your ideal career or role, and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you.